Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I'm going to share with you how to cut a princess dart bustier with yoke. If you are new here, please subscribe and click notification bell to get notified whenever I upload new videos. So I've drawn a straight line in order to mark as my starting line. Then I'll place my tape from that starting line and I'll come down by 10 inches to mark as my bust line, 13 inches for my under bust and 16 inches for my half length. And I also mark 1 inch for my sewing allowance. After that, I'll take my straight ruler and draw my straight line to mark all those measurements. After that is done, the next thing I'll do is to label my lines. The first line is my bust line, the second line is my under bust line, the third line is my half length, and the last line is for my sewing allowance. After that, I'll place my tape on my starting line to mark my shoulder line. My shoulder is 16 inches. 16 inches divided by 2 will give me 8 inches. I'll mark my 8 inches on my shoulder and I'll come down by 8 inches to mark as my armhole depth. At the end of my armhole depth, I'm going to draw a straight line this way to mark as my chest line. Then I'll label it. After that, I'll place my tape on my shoulder line and mark my neck width. My neck width will be 3.5 inches and I'll come down by 3 inches to mark as my neck depth. You can make it wider, smaller, anyhow you want it. After that, I'll place my French curve to take my neck curve. After that, I'll place my tape on my armhole and I'll come down by 0.5 and I'll connect from my neck width to that point to form my shoulder slope. After that is done, I'll place my tape on my armhole and I'll look for the midpoint. My armhole is 8 inches, the midpoint will be 4 inches. Then I'll go in by 0.5 inch. After that, I'll create my armhole. In order to create my armhole, I'll place my tape on my chest line and divide my bust by 4 and mark my measurement. Then I'll place my French curve to connect from my shoulder to that 0.5 inch. Then from that 0.5 inch to my bust measurement on my chest line this way. After that, I'll place my tape on my bust line to take my nipple to nipple measurement. My nipple to nipple measurement is 8 inches. 8 inches divided by 2 will give me 4. Then I'll mark my 4 inches on all my lines from my bust down to my sewing allowance. Then I'll take my straight ruler to connect them. After that, I'll place my tape on my under bust line and measure out 1.5 inch on my under bust, my half length, and also my sewing allowance. Then I'll take my straight ruler to connect it straight. After that is done, the next thing I'll do, I'll place my tape on my bust line and come down by 1 inch. Then take my French curve to create my bust curve. When that is done, I'll place my tape on my armhole to take my armhole round measurement. So after doing that, I got 9 inches. Then I'll look for the midpoint of 9 inches, which will be 4.5. Then I'll mark my 4.5 inches. After that, I'll place my tape 1 inches above my bust. Then I'll connect it with my straight ruler. Then I'll now use my French curve to connect from that 4.5 inch down to my bust this way. After that, I'll place my tape 1 inches above my dart to extend my dart line in order for my armhole not to be short when I'm done cutting. I'll also go to my armhole and place 1 inches. Then I'll connect from that 1 inches on the dart down to this 1 inches on my armhole in order to create a new armhole this way. After that is done, the next thing I'll do is to place my tape from my shoulder and mark 8 inches to create my yoke. I'm going to place my French curve from my midpoint of my armhole down to my 8 inches. Please make sure you are placing it to create a curve and not a slant. It will be in form of a sweetheart neckline this way. I'll label it yoke so that I don't miss anything up. Then after that, I'm going to take my round body measurement. So on my bust line is 35. 35 divided by 4 will give me 8.75. I'll place my 8.75. Then I'll put my 2 inches sewing allowance. Then on my armhole, I also added 2 inches sewing allowance. Then on my under bust is 31. 31 divided by 4 will give me 7.75. Then I'll mark my 7.75 and also mark my 1.5 inch for my dart allowance. Then I'll place my 2 inches for sewing allowance. Then on my waist is 33. 33 divided by 4 will give me 8.25. I'll mark my 8.25 and also mark my 1.5 inch for that, then 2 inches for sewing allowance. Then I'll take my straight ruler to connect all my lines. After that is done, the next thing I'll do is to cut. As you can see, everything is looking fine. The yoke, the princess dart, my body measurement and everything is out. If you watched to this point, I am super grateful. Thanks for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe and click notification bell to get notified whenever I upload new videos. Please, when you are cutting, you make sure that you are cutting on the right lines. No need for you to rush, just take your time. Slow and steady win the race. So I am done cutting and this is what it looks like, guys. As you can see, it's neat and you can easily transfer it to your fabric. You just pin it down and you do your work. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe for more.